Respect the Browns franchise, and right now I just went on the kickers because right now at kicker we do have Sam Martin at kicker, our punter. But he's doing a great job though. I know he's doing a great job, but the thing is that we could probably go now one of these kickers I found on the Patriots practice squad as one of our kickers. And the funny thing is, like these kickers are 73 overall or 70 overall, and look at the Patriots kickers though. Go to their kickers, you get a 68 as their starter. So I mean, you should probably just take one of these guys off their roster, right? So we're going to go and take off one of these guys. His name is going to be Gordon Raiola. So Raiola, 88 kick power, 89 kick accuracy. Pretty good, I guess. So we'll go and sign him from the practice squad right there. And we sign him. So we got Raiola on the squad now. We can go and check out our own roster. We'll go to the Browns. And one thing about this, though, we'll probably keep him on there for now. We'll go to our kickers. So Travis Coon's on your 75. But the thing is, he's got 87 kick power, 85 accuracy. He's not as good as Raiola. Raiola's like way younger than him. He's like 4 years younger than him. Plus, he's got a little more potential, I guess, considering that he's got, I don't know, he just looks a lot better. So, Raiola's probably starting over Travis Coons. That means Sam Martin could go and just do his thing at punter and so on. So, Sam Martin, leave him at punter, and then we'll go and put Raiola at kicker. So, we'll do that right now on the depth chart. Because right now, kicker, if you look at our numbers for kicker, I think Sam Martin's only like 73%, so he's not really doing that good. So I'll bring up Raiola, bring him right there, and so you finally have a true kicker here at kicker. So hopefully he does well. If he does well, that's good. If he doesn't do well, then we're screwed. So our team at this point right now, we are 8-6 on the season after beating the Caps. The Caps, I guess they're not that bad of a team. They do the best offense in the league. I think they're second best offense in the league. They're shut down by the Browns defense. And keeper pops 293 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he's only sacked 1 time. I believe he had a rushing touchdown too. Plus 78% basically completion percent is pretty good too. But even on here, Philip Rivers 351, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Pretty game out of good Philip Rivers right there. But when it comes to rushing the football, we do have Duke 79 yards and 1 touchdown, and we have Oliver 29. But going to receiving yards, check these numbers out though. Roland Marmorosa 136 and a touchdown. Henry had 119 and a touchdown. Corey Coleman 93 and a touchdown. Who else had a good game? Green Beckham had 51 and a touchdown. And Fourier had 10 on that one. So going to blocking here. Who left sacks? Batonio, and I think that's about it. So just go Browns at this point. So in the defense, our defense, Joe Hayden, 9 tackles on the day, 1 interception, good game about him. Junior Gillette, 8 tackles and 2.5 sacks. Godfrey, 8 tackles and 2 sacks. Quan Williams, 7 tackles on that one and 1 for a loss. When it comes to sacks overall, you have 3 sacks at Sue and 4 tackles. You got Gillette at 2.5 sacks. Godfrey 2 sacks. Naspet 1.5 sacks. Ogba 1.5 sacks. Upshaw half a sack, and so on. So great game over basically our entire defense. Our defense is pretty good in this game. But going on to kicking though, nobody kicked any field goals for either side, so that's pretty bad, I guess. And I think, actually, yeah, that's about it for numbers. So we won the game. I believe it scored 28-22, close scoring game, but I don't know. At least we got the W. That's all that really matters at this point. So now on to scouting though. Scouting. At this point, scouting doesn't matter at all to me. We have no idea what we're doing at scouting, so I'll just go to tight end, I guess. So tight ends, who's on here? We actually need to go and check. Hayden, he's pretty bad, I guess. We'll just fully scout all these guys so you can get what their talent level is. He's 6th round. This guy is like 3rd round talent for some reason. So Cole McCain, he could be good actually. I don't know. Let's see, this dude, he's got 7th round talent. Sean Gallery's pretty decent, I guess. Thurman seems not that bad. Wesley, he's alright. And McCann, he's decent. He's got 6th round talent. So these guys, I'm starting to actually learn and actually listen to these talent levels though. If they have 3rd round talent, they're not that bad, I guess, considering even though their numbers are bad, they're an overall balanced player, I guess. Basically, that's what it is. So Cole McCain, maybe look at targeting him. Same with the Shelton Burton too. Burton looks pretty good, I guess, and there too. So going to the next thing, we'll probably just go scout some cornerbacks, I guess. I don't know. So we have tons of cornerbacks in here we can go and scout. We'll scout the rest of these guys to get their talent levels. That guy's undrafted talent. I don't really want to check that guy. Check this guy, McKee. He's a good 1st round talent, okay. Parks. He's undrafted. This dude. We'll go through the 1st round talent on here, just like all the top players, and see where their talent levels are at. Like actually complete their scouting reports. Let's go all the way down. We don't need to do center. We're good at center. See this dude though. He's got 6th round talent. So some of these guys actually could be pretty big busts though. That's not good at all for the league or anybody. We don't need this quarterback. We're fine there. This dude, look at this dude, undrafted talent. He's 45th overall. Come on, that's bad. So you got the drafting stuff done, or at least the scouting stuff done. So you got all that scouting stuff out of the way now. Let's move on to the next thing, which is checking our record. So 8-5 Bengals, 8-6 Browns. At least we're ahead of the Ravens, 6-6-1, 6-6-1 Ravens. But the NFL right now, I think we're doing not too bad. We'll just go into the next week and see what we're playing against. I guess we're playing against the Saints. So hopefully win this game against the Saints next week. So week 16 of the NFL season, and right now we're facing off against the 5-8-1 Saints. We better win this game though. Like, we're facing bad teams, and we do have Lacey Green-Ellis back too from injury. Cool. So you got our starting right end back from injury, and finally have him back in the lineup. So our defensive line looks sick right now. Our middle linebacking core in general looks sick. And let's see this. Our offense looks good, I guess. So everything looks good, I guess, at this point. Everyone's upgrading even more. Our kicking right now, our special teams. We do have Rayola, 70 overall. Hopefully he plays well though. If you need to kick a field goal, I'm hoping he plays well. But we're gonna go and I guess do some scouting first, and then we'll go and I guess sim that game. So find the scouting and see who's on here. So scouting wise, this is basically just a waste. I don't know why you know what to do. So we're facing off against the Saints here in Cleveland. We better go win this game as we head into week 17 of the NFL season. We actually won this game too, so we're 9-6 on the season now. One player regressed. What the heck? So Kenny Stills regressed. What? One? Oh my, that's just dumb. So I guess he regressed. I don't know what overall he is now, but we won the game. That's what all really matters at this point. Let's go check out that game and see how well we play against the Saints. So we won back-to-back games here against the Caps and the Saints. Starting off a winning streak right here is exactly what you want to do. So we'll go right here to the Saints game and check out how well we played. So offense here, we get keeper pop 258, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 118.2 passing rating, whereas Wayne Bonner, the rookie, 344, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception in that game. So rushing wise, we do have Duke 78 on the ground, Ingram had 48 and a touchdown, Kroll had 44 in that game too, which is pretty good. Receiving wise, we do have on here Brandon Cooks 164 in that game, Colby Fleener 94 and a touchdown, Gilmore had 79, Coleman had 56 and 2 touchdowns in that game, Green Beckham had 37 and a touchdown, Duke Johnson had 28, Ken Easels had 28, Roland Marmros had 25, and Josh Gordon 9 receiving yards against his former team on 2 receptions. So I guess he played pretty bad. I guess he didn't really get too many targets to do anything with. But blocking wise, let's check this out. Looks like Logan Shelton let up 1 sack. And defensively, let's check this out. So to go to Browns. So on defense, we have 8 tackles from Will Hill. We had 5 from Raheem Moore Sr., 5 from Upshaw, and Youngblood had 5. Let's check out sacks. We didn't have a single sack on the day. What? That's stupid. We usually have like tons. But interceptions wise, we have Joe Hayden 2 interceptions on 4 tackles. So Joe Hayden, great overall season. I don't know how many picks he has. I think he has over 5 at this point. It's a great season by Joe Hayden though. Kicking wise, no field goals made by any of our kickers, nor attempted. Punting wise, we had 3 punts from Sam Martin. That's about it. So wait, is there any punt touchdowns? No touchdowns. Okay, so now we won that game. I'm glad we did, because obviously we're desperately needing wins in order to make the playoffs in this game. So we won 28-23, close scoring game that one. But now we're tied for first interdivision, exactly what you want right now at this point in the season. So now let's probably go check out the news, see what's going on with the news and stuff, because I think there could be something going on. Maybe re-signings, I don't know. So re-signing wise, do you have anybody in here? Do you have anybody in here? I don't even have anybody. Yeah, I got nobody on the news. So now let's move on to see re-signings on our team. So first we need to re-sign, obviously, our Green Beckham on here. Who else is on here? Green Beckham, Campbell, Shelton, and Alvin Bailey. So these guys, I don't know what to actually do with these guys, to be honest. Like, these guys, Green Beckham, I kind of want to re-sign, but you could probably go. I kind of got a different plan in the offseason for Green Beckham, so I'll wait for that into the offseason. Campbell, we could probably wait on, same with Danny Shelton, and with Alvin Bailey. I think we're all good at there. So now we can move on to the next thing, which is, I guess, simulating and scouting. Scouting, almost a waste at this point to record, so I'll probably just go and do that off camera. So this is quite possibly the biggest game of our season. 9-6 Browns taking on the 9-6 Bengals. First, basically a team that wins this one goes and basically almost wins the AFC North in this season. So let's go sim this game. Biggest game of our season. Hopefully take this one and go 10-6 on the season. Okay, so we simmed it to the divisional round, or I guess the wildcard round. And all of our practice rosters, practice squad players have been signed. And I don't think we made the playoffs this year, just to be honest. And we didn't. We were 10-6. The Bengals are 10-6. We're 9-7. We missed the playoffs. again for the second year in a row by so close of margins. We're 9-7 in the season, and it's like almost like running toward an open field, like a clear field, and then you go and just get hammered by somebody. I don't know, you get trucked by somebody, and you're just done, basically. So we just got the door slammed in their face in the playoffs, and the Browns have been eliminated for, I guess, 3 seasons in a row in the playoffs. That's just terrible. Back-to-back seasons of disappointment here. Oh, man, just brutal. So might as well just check out who won MVP and stuff. That's the only thing really worthy at this point. So stats-wise, let's check out our teams. Actually, we'll check out the MVP and crap after, but stats-wise, let's see the season. So Keeper Pop, sidelined for 5 games in that one injury, 2,879 yards passing, 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Great overall season by him. I like that. 70 completion percentage. So I mean, great season by Keeper Pop. Kessler had a great season, 2,805 and 875 yards passing. But rushing-wise, Duke Johnson, though, 1,195 yards rushing, 9 rushing touchdowns on the season. Great season out of him. Kroll had 7 rushing touchdowns. Pop had 3 and 244. So receiving yards, we do have Corey Coleman, 908 and 10 receiving touchdowns on the season. Roland Marmosa, 855 and 5 receiving touchdowns. Gilmer, 693 and 5. Greenbackman, 498 and 6 touchdowns. Duke Johnson, 288 and 3 touchdowns. Kenny Sills, 215, and so on. So we end up blocking, let up sacks, I guess. Joe Thomas let the most sacks in the team, though, 5. That's pretty weird. Defense, though, we do have Ali Godfrey, 103 tackles on the season, 5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. Less than sacks, though. We do have Courtney up to 10.5 sacks, our linebacker. Okay, and interceptions. You have Joe Hayden had 5 interceptions on the season. So great overall seasons by our secondary and our defense. Our defense played great this season. I'm loving our performance of our defense. But come on, though, we missed the playoffs, so close. You gotta do something to this team, though. I gotta do something to shake it up a bit. But Sam Martin had the 71 field goal percentage, so not the greatest season out of him. But we did have the new kicker, though, for next season, so hopefully he shines next season. But punting wise, Sam Martin, great punter this season. Kick returning, though, we do have Mike Allen, 787 and 1 kick return on the season. Punt return, we do have obviously Samuel Odom, 250 and 1 punt return touchdown on the season. Anything else? I guess it's about it, though. We'll go to receiving and get everybody on here. Just show all the receiving on there. There you go. And defensively, let's check this out. Show off all the tackles we got this season, because our defense is not that bad this season. Like, we played pretty well, I guess, even though the Browns are basically one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. But going on here, though, we'll go to, I guess, team stats. So what happened to 13, though, basically? I don't know what happened. Where are we in the NFL when it comes to offensive yards? Where are we? I think we're like 19th. Yeah, we're somewhere around that, I guess. I don't know. So we're about 19th there in total offensive yards. Passing yards, though, we're way down there just based on Keeper Pop, like, missed 5 games. So we'll go down to here. Who led us in passing yards? Or where are we at in passing yards? So we're pretty much down there, about middle of the pack, 20th, I guess. Going into rushing yards. Rushing yards, who we have on here? So look at the Panthers are 2,442. That's crazy. Holy crap. Browns are up there, though, 1,948. Points per game, where are we at in points per game? We are the Bengals, of course, number 1 in the league. The one team that's in our division is number 1 in total points per game. That just sucks. And when else we're about middle of the pack. Passing touchdowns, where are we at there? I think we're 24 or 25, something like that. Oh, we're 31. Okay, so we have with Cody Kessler's rate 31 on the season, and I'm guessing that's probably about 10th or 11th in the NFL. Rushing yards, what we have here? We're way down there. Okay, first downs gained. Looks like the Caps played very well this season. We're about middle of the pack. Okay, just down to defense. Let's check this out. Actually, we really don't need to go through all this, I guess. We'll go points allowed. Let's put it. Points allowed. We're one of the worst, I guess. We're about middle of the pack, I guess. That's pretty weird. And I think that's about it. Basically, that's about it when it comes to that kind of stuff. But we'll just go through this, just check out where we at on those things, those lists. So 19th in offensive yards, 11th in defensive yards. So not that bad on defense. About middle of the pack there on defense. 12th in points scored, 410 points scored this season. Not too bad there. 21st in points allowed. So defense kind of falls flat right there, I guess. And 19th in offensive yards again. Okay. So now into awards. Check out weekly awards first, and then we'll go on from there. So we got weekly awards for Browns. Got one right there in Keeper Pop. Week 4. And then we got Upshaw in week 7. That's 2. Then we got Pop in week 13, that's 3. Then we got Joe Hayden in week 16, that's 4. So Joe Hayden great game that game. And that's about it. So it looks like 4 week Player of the Week awards, pretty good, I guess. And now on to the last thing, which is yearly awards for the NFL. So Russell Wilson won MVP. Coach of the Year, who won Coach of the Year, and that's Pete Carroll, obviously, if you're the Seahawks. So Seahawks came out big this season. I'm pretty sure they're going to win the Super Bowl this season. But now to the individual awards for here, so we'll go on to here. So QB, best QB was Andy Dalton this season, of course, in the AFC North. Best running back is Thomas Rawls, who we faced off against. Duke Johnson finished 4th in there. That's pretty cool. We'll go to QB and see where Keeper Pop finished. He finished 5th, okay. But then on to the next thing, which is running back. Obviously, Thomas Rawls. Wide receiver, we have Keenan Allen from the Caps. And then we got, where is he? Coleman 10th on there, okay. That's not too bad, I guess. O-line, where we have Joe Thomas, best O-line in the league. I like that. So he re-signed this season, obviously. But D-line, where we got here, we got nobody on there. Linebacking core, we do have Victorian 1, best linebacker. And we do have Courtney Upshaw on there, 6th, okay. And best DB, we do have Gilmore, 1 for the Bills. And then we got Joe Hayden down there in 4th. Okay, so he finished pretty good up there. But kicking-wise, we do have Josh Lambo, won that. And where our kicker finish? Not even in there. Offensive Player of the Year, we do have Andy Dalton. Where we at with Keeper Pop? Not even in there, I think, okay. Looks like best defensive player, we do have Franklin Victorian. We got Jamie Collins, back-to-back Patriots. And then where we got Brown? No Browns in here. So best offensive rookie of the year, we got Nate Dyson on there. Anyone else? Nope. Defensive rookie of the year, we do have Tyrus Rankin. And do we have Emory Youngblood, 3rd? Okay, so our linebacker, Emory Youngblood, 3rd on there. Anyone else? We do have Lacey Green-Ellis. Okay, so if Lacey Green-Ellis wasn't injured, I'm pretty sure you probably would have won this award. But best QB, you were back there, okay. So now into the NFC, might as well go through the NFC. We got Russell Wilson, won best QB in the NFC. Running back, we do have Devontae Freeman. And then we got Des Bryant for wide receiver. O-line, we got Zach Martin, obviously, in the Cowboys. 3 Cowboys in a row. That's pretty obvious at this point. Best D-line, we do have Oliver Vernon. Linebacker, we have Clay Matthews. Jermaine Brock, best DB. And Stephen Hauschka won best kicker. Offensive player of the year, we have Russell Wilson, obviously. Defensive player of the year, we have Bobby Wagner. So the Seahawks played very well this season. Offensive rookie of the year, we have Wayne Bonner. So Saints, they drafted 2 great QBs, Wayne Bonner, and I believe the other guy, I don't know what he is, but he played very well this season too. So even though they were 6-9 on the season, not too bad, I guess. Those rookies at the helm. But defensive rookie of the year, we have Manuel Milner on there. And best QB back at it again with Russell Wilson. So Russell Wilson came up big with MVP there. Obviously, going to lead the Seahawks probably to the championship this season. But now moving on to the next thing, which is, I guess, probably looking at, where is it? Probably just records overall, I guess. So you finished first, so you finished last, where we're at in draft pick-wise. NFL, Seahawks finished first with a 13-3 record. They clinched, obviously. You got the Jaguars 2nd, Falcons 3rd. What are we at in here, though? 6 was the Bengals, 10-6. You should have been there. And right there in 11th, just missed the playoffs. The Browns, the Texans, and the Vikings made it in their division. But next thing up, where are we at in draft picks, though? So it looks like you finished, I guess, 11th best in the NFL, which means, I believe since 32 teams in the NFL, we got about the 21st overall pick. So that's not too bad, I guess. But I think we had the same pick last year, too. So same situation last year. Just different kind of way we got there. But Cardinals finished last in the NFL, the first overall pick this year. I think the Buccaneers, the Eagles. And where's the Niners, though? The Niners, 25th or 24th. Okay, so even though Cole Colvin's at the quarterback helm, they don't have a complete team around him. That's why they suck so bad this season. But Cole Colvin probably will have a good season next year, though. The great offensive core. But AFC, where are we at in AFC, though? Yeah, just missed the playoffs. So, on here, it sucks we missed the playoffs by close margins, but I mean, just the way it is. So next year, we'll draft. I'll do a lot better and play a lot better next season under our helm. But except we'll probably just go and simulate up to the Pro Bowl and see how we'll play there and see if we get any good players there. So wildcard, we do have New England won their wildcard game against the Jets. It looks like the Redskins won against the Panthers in the wildcard. Broncos over the Bills. And it looks like Dallas won over the Vikings. So now moving on to the next thing, which is divisional. Division, we have Broncos, Jaguars, Cowboys, Seahawks, Patriots, Bengals, and we got the Redskins and the Falcons. So the Bengals, I'm hoping get destroyed by the Patriots just based on that. They just beat us out for the playoff spot. You got to be salty about that one. So now let's move on to the next thing, which is the next week and see who moves on to the conference championship in the NFL. Divisional, we do have the Broncos won over the Jaguars 19-17. Looks like Dallas won over the Seahawks in the divisional. The Seahawks have been eliminated from the playoffs, even though Russell Wilson MVP and Pete Carroll was coach of the year. But Bengals wise, they won over the Patriots 37-31. Bengals moving on to the next round, and we do the Falcons losing to the Redskins there in the divisional. So conference matchups do have Redskins, Cowboys, and Bengals and Broncos for the Super Bowl. So brand new champion this year. I don't know who it's going to be. Hopefully it's not the Bengals, though, against the Broncos. So moving on to the next thing, which is, I guess, Pro Bowl. So Pro Bowl, hopefully some of our players made on the Pro Bowl, though. I'm pretty sure Courtney Upshaw did, or even Joe Hayden did. But let's check this out. See, hopefully we had a few Browns on here, like Keeper Pop. But we check out the Pro Bowl this season. We do have Russell Wilson, Blake Bortles, Andy Dalton, Drew Brees, Tony Romo, Devontae Freeman, Thomas Rawls, no Keeper Pop this season. Anyone else on here? Do you have any Browns at all in here? Joe Thomas here, that's 1. Just creating on the Pro Bowl here, that's 2. The next one, you have Ndonka Suh in here, that's 3. And I believe that might be it, though. Yeah, that's it. So no other Browns in there, which kind of sucks, I guess. But I mean, that's just the way it goes if you have a bad season like that. So now moving on to the next thing, which is, I guess, checking out the next week and hopefully seeing who wins the Super Bowl next season. Hopefully the Bengals will move on to the Super Bowl. But let's check this out, though. So conference, we do have the Bengals and the Broncos. And the Broncos won 17-14, and the Broncos moving on to the Super Bowl. With Cowboys and Redskins, Cowboys won 31-23. They're moving on to the Super Bowl again. So Super Bowl matchup, got the Broncos and the Cowboys facing off against each other in this Super Bowl. So in this kind of reality, Tony Romo is the quarterback. No Dak Prescott because he's not good in this game. And I don't know who's a quarterback for the Broncos. I think it might be Trevor Siemian. Let me check this out, though. I want to check this out. So go to Broncos on here, like the next one right there, and see who's a quarterback. We got Paxton Lynch, 80 overall, 24 years old. He's doing pretty good. So Paxton Lynch leads the Broncos to a Super Bowl against Tony Romo and those Cowboys. So now let's move on to the next week after we do some scouting. Let's see if there's anybody new to scout, though. There's really nobody left on here. I scouted like all the people at top like 100. But we'll move on. Let's see who's on here we actually need. We'll go to right guard. Do we need anybody at right guard? These guys are like 5th round talent, though. I'll scout them anyway. Right there. Get this guy. Get Ben. Get Morstead. Get Lester on here. He's pretty good, actually. Lester's pretty good. And get Copa. So anyone else left and do on here? I'll go left end. And finish off these guys, though. Get these guys done. There we go. So we're done there. Now let's win the next one, which is, I guess, seeing who wins the Super Bowl next week. I want to see the Broncos actually pull this one off against the Cowboys, though. I really don't want the Cowboys to win, but I mean, if they win, it doesn't really matter too much to me. Okay, so right now we're at the recent stage of the NFL season, but we're going to check out who won the Super Bowl and so on. So go on to here and see who won the Super Bowl in the NFL. So league schedule and go on to Super Bowl. So it looks like the Denver Broncos have won the Super Bowl 30-24 against the Dallas Cowboys, and let's see. Paxton Lynch pulled this one off, and they did, obviously. 291, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Tony Romo with 217 and 1 pick on that game. Rushing-wise, they do Zeke, 93 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Anderson had 72 and 2 touchdowns. Let's move on to receiving. Receiving yards, we do have, looks like Demaryius Thomas, 93. Terrence Williams, 64. Rivera had 57 and a touchdown. Sharp at 54. Zeke at 46 on the ground, and on the air, too, so he's doing very well. Snead at 46 and a touchdown. And so on. So let's move on to defense. So defense wins championships. Obviously the Broncos one of the best defenses in the NFL. But we'll go on to here. So Sean Lee 10 tackles now and 1.5 sacks. Who led in sacks though? So it's Sean Lee, Gregory, Crichton, Von Miller a sack, Wilson, Jenkins, and that's it. So they all had great games interceptions wise. Looks like Darian Stewart had 1 interception. That's about it. But it looks like the Broncos, it seemed like an evenly matched game, but somehow the Broncos came out on top. It looks like not even to the field goals too. It looks like Dan Bailey 1 for 2 and Brandon McManus 1 for 3. So not the greatest in field goals, but punting wise, yeah, it's about similarly matched game. But it looks like even the Cowboys had a kick return touchdown. So I don't know how they blew that one, but I guess they lost that one. And punt returning wise, no touchdowns there. So in this game though, the Denver Broncos win another championship here in 2018 in the NFL season. So anyway, I guess on this episode off here, we're at the resetting stage and the off season. We go and miss the playoffs. Hopefully, we can go and rebuild and be better next year, and so we can actually make the playoffs for once. But anyway, I guess thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.